Hey, good evening, everyone. How's everybody tonight on this wonderful Friday night? It's like 20 degrees here. I'm not sure how cold it is where any of you guys are, but yeah, it's 20 degrees here. I'm sure it's colder in other places, and some of y'all even got snow. So, as a matter of fact, we had snow the other day. So, I don't, you guys with snow don't feel left out. I got a little bit of snow too. I know some of y'all see me post stuff and y'all are like, oh man, you got the good weather down there. Yeah, it's not good all the time. It gets cold and snowy here. So, but today, I wanted to bring to everyone's attention, I know some of you know already and then some don't know, these speedo gears here, speed sensors. I call them speedo gears, but the speed sensors here for the Escorts and the Protege. So basically, I see a lot of people having issues pulling them out, and some people are even grabbing them incorrectly and breaking them off, and then they're either in trouble or they can get themselves out of trouble. So, all right. So for the most part, all right. So this speedo gear here is actually for a 90 through 94 Mazda Protege. It's a manual cable style, so it doesn't have any electrical plugs there. It just runs directly into the gear and goes to the speedometer. This one is out of a 97 through 2004 Ford Escort, third generation, anywhere from the 2.0 SPI to the 2.0 Z-Tech. That's what this speed sensor is for. And this one here is actually for a 91 through 96 Ford Escort, that actually has a cable that goes in and it has electrical. I'm skipped that on this one, I'm sorry. This one has no cable, but electrical. The speedometer, the cluster in the 97 and up is actually digital. I'm sorry, not digital, but electronic cluster. It's electronic cluster, and this one is still a manual cluster. And it, has electrical with the speedo gear, with the cable, and this is electrical with no cable, and this is no electrical with the cable. So 3 different types here. All right, so starting with the Mazda Protege one. Okay, this one's broken. This is an old one. As a matter of fact, I got this speedo gear came in a front case half that I got from Emmanuel down in Florida, like in 2018. But yeah, so this is actually, you can see that's broke off, but that's that's how that's supposed to be, like that. And this actually sits down in the transmission like that, and like this, this O-ring will go down in there, and it'll stop right, like right here at this hold down bracket, which is of course broke, and it takes a 10 millimeter. I use a 10 millimeter 1/4 inch drive, which is 1/4 inch drive socket, 1/4 inch drive ratchet. So you just take your bolt out, and simply, some of them you can grab them and twist them. Some of them you may use a pair of channel locks, right? A pair of channel locks, and you grab them by the base, like right here. Like I tell everybody when I'm telling everybody on the Escort group, you grab it by the base here. This is your base. That's your base right there. Don't grab it right here, because if you grab it right here and you squeeze it, guess what? You're gonna break it, and then you're gonna break this off, and then you're screwed. Same thing on this, same style speedo, whether it's automatic or 5-speed. They use the same style speedometer, same style speed sensor. And like I said, you always grab them here. Let's see if I can grab my, yeah, you grab them right there on this area only. Don't grab here, and definitely don't grab there, because this is plastic, and this is really thin metal. This basically just holds the plastic in place. So if you squeeze it here too much, you're gonna break it, and then once you break it, that's gonna come right off. You don't want to do that. This one's a little different. This is all metal, so it's a little different there. This mechanism here unscrews, and like you can unscrew it from here too. But yeah, this is all I believe they're probably all aluminum. And you know, this one is aluminum, either aluminum or metal mixed with plastic. So if you take your channel locks here, right, and you grab it, let me see, hold on, let me open them up. Hard to do this with one hand, sorry y'all. All right, so you take and you grab it right here. If you grab it right here like this, you notice how my channel locks are actually over top of the base of the sensor. And you take and you squeeze this thing and you're trying to twist it back and forth, you're gonna twist this head right off. I'm gonna show you guys that in a minute, but yeah, you're gonna twist that head right off. I mean, it's gonna come right off. So that's why I tell everybody, grab them by the base. This is the base. You see how my channel locks are around the actual base. They're not on the plastic part or the little small thin aluminum metal tabs that kind of hold that plastic piece in place. They're right on the base. That way, if you grab it there, you got control of the actual structure of the sensor, and you can wiggle it back and forth. And what I usually do is just grab it and try to swing it back and forth, and just at the same time put your hand like right here, have a hand right here, and then a hand right here, basically pulling up, you know, on the sensor as you try to get it out. That way you can wiggle it back and forth, because I know sometimes this O-ring will get dry on you. This O-ring will get dry, you know, or sometimes just, you know, just this area here will just be corroded, or, you know, could have a nick on it from someone previously pulling it out and then had a jagged edge on it, or they dropped it and they just drove it back in there and then tightened it down. But yeah, so basically you grab it by the base, you shouldn't have any issues. If it won't go back and forth, what I usually tell guys to do is take some PB Blaster with some oil penetrant, right? You take those two, PB Blaster with oil penetrant, and you spray those on these, and you let them sit for a while. You let them sit for a little bit, you know, and then you, like I said, take your channel locks and you grab it, you know, let me see, grab it by your base, just like that, and just wiggle it back and forth. And like I said, grab it, have your hand, of course, down here on the channel locks, and then you have it, a hand right here where you can apply pressure to pull up on it so it'll slide out. And 9 times out of 10, that PB Blaster and that oil penetrant will get all around this area, along this O-ring, and it'll become slick and it'll slide right out. But I notice a lot of guys are you're pulling the heads off because you're grabbing them by the wrong area. You don't want to grab them here. You want to grab that sensor from here, this right here, not right here, not right here. You want it right here. So, but yeah, definitely have to be careful on the Escort style. The Protege style, it's a little different. This is all metal, so you can simply grab it by when you have one that's not broken like mine, you can actually grab it by the, you know, by the mounting bracket there and just wiggle it back and forth. But yeah, let me see if I may have some oil penetrant and PB Blaster, just to show guys that just don't know. You know, some of us guys they call us veterans. So there's your PB Blaster right there. All right, you can get that at Advance, Advance, AutoZone, Napa, Walmart. You can get, you know, that stuff anywhere. That's silicone spray, but oil penetrant will be in like a gray can. I don't think I have any in here. No, I don't. So yeah, I tried. Sorry guys. But yeah, it's oil penetrant. It's in like a gray can, and you know, it's basically it's cool in here. So basically, you're gonna spray that stuff, you know, around your sensor and stuff if you're trying to pull it out. The automatics, you shouldn't have to remove that at all, especially if you're like filling with fluid. You fill the fluid from the actual dipstick tube for the transmission, not the speedo gear. For 5-speed, it's different. You have to pull this out, and you have to actually fill the fluid through this the speed sensor port. Same with the Proteges. So, all right. So one more little trick I want to show y'all. So like, you ever notice this little green cap that's in all your 97 and up 5-speed transmissions, and or automatics? So remember I was telling y'all 97 and up, the cluster is electronic. It's not manual like this one here. You know what I'm saying? This is a manual, which actually that's got a piece broke off, and it looks like, no, that's good. That's how it's supposed to be. But so yeah, so this is the manual with the this is manual and electronic here, and then of course this is just straight electronic. Now, say you wanted to use this speedo gear on say you wanted to use a 97 and up speedo gear on a 91 through 96. All right, so you could just simply, y'all already seen, hold on, let me see if I can set my phone real quick. Oh, sorry y'all. Hopefully it'll stay it'll stay. So you simply, no, it won't come out. All right, so got it. Okay. So what you simply do, as you can see, this one is a little rough, a little ate up, because these things are old as crap. They get dry rotted, and once you try to start popping them out, they start breaking off and stuff like that. As you can see, both of them have done that. So notice, guess what? You can get a speedo, you can get the cable down in there just like you can on this one. See how it looks the same now? You can get the cable down in both, and this one too. So now you can use, see, this one is cool because you can use, of course, any of them. You can use this one as straight electronic, or you can use this one as a manual, you can use it as a manual and the electronic. So basically you have the cable in there with the electronic plug, you know, and of course, like I said, 97 and up, you'll just have the plug and not the cable. So, but, and then these are the locks. So you'll see that style on a 97, 91 through 96 Escort GT and or LX. You'll see this style on a 97 and up Escort LX or ZX2. And then you'll see that style on this style here. Let me spin it around because it's, like I said, it's broke. You'll see this style right here on a Mazda Protege from about 90 to 94, and a 323 as well, 323 hatchback. I think 90 to 94 as well. You'll see that style speedo on there. And notice you got that O-ring. So always take a look at that O-ring on here. And I know a lot of you guys like to try to match up O-rings and stuff like that, but it's one thing you gotta look for. So you notice how this O-ring has notice how the O-ring is not quite raised above the actual surface here too much. So if you use the wrong O-ring, and if it pokes too much, like meaning if it raises up too high, it's not going to go in. This is like a machine fit, and it fits really tight. As some of you already know, this fits really snug, really tight. So you have to be careful with this O-ring and make sure you use the correct O-ring, because if you do not use the correct O-ring, if you use one that's too small, 9 times out of 10 it's going to leak. And if you use one that's too big, 9 times out of 10 it's not going to go in. So you got to pay attention to that little stuff. You know, that little stuff always matters. You know, when you're dealing with stuff like this. So every little detail helps. That's why I like when I see you guys going on asking questions and stuff like that. I'll take my time to actually make a YouTube video and, you know, show you guys actually how it's done. Like I said, I use a pair of channel locks like this. And, you know, if I'm dealing with one of those little plugs, I'll pull it out with some needle nose pliers if I can. And then I'll use this 1/4" drive ratchet with a 1/4" drive 10mm socket, which is for the 10mm bolts you see here. So, so just wanted to touch base on that a little bit with you guys. Hopefully that helped a lot of y'all out. I know a lot of y'all struggle with this, and I try my best to explain it as best I can on the site. You know, sometimes trying to type a long process or trying to show or teach someone something is a lot. So I much rather just go on my YouTube channel, make a video of it, and then I can post it on the site so you guys can see what's going on and, you know, have a visual of if you ever have to go through this again, or if this is your first time doing it. So, but I do recommend those that are just doing this for the first time, just go ahead, that PB blaster I showed you, and just get you some oil penetrant from either one of those stores, Napa, AutoZone, Advance, or Walmart. Spray this down first. So basically, of course, this is going to sit down in the transmission, right? And this right here will be sitting on top of the trans case. You can just take it and spray around this base right here, spray it all around that base, and it will seep down in here, you know, and it'll get all over the mating surface, all over this machine surface here, and it'll get all over that O-ring, and then you'll be good to go. You just take those channel locks like this and wiggle them back and forth. Now, I'm gonna teach y'all something an old man showed me years ago when I was messing with channel locks. So I used to use channel locks the incorrect way. So if I was say like I grabbed something this way, I would try to pull it, I would try to do this with it. And I had an old guy tell me years back, he goes, man, look, you're using the channel locks wrong. And of course, me being young, I argued. I'm like, what do you mean using them wrong? I know what I'm doing. He goes, son, you're using those channel locks wrong. He said, you're struggling. He said, I guarantee you, if you spin them around this way, he said, I guarantee you, your grip is better, and you'll probably get it loose, get off or get loose, whatever you're trying to, whatever you're working on to get it loose or get it off. So I tried like that for a little while longer. Then I was like, you know what, man, let me just try it. So I flipped them around. Lo and behold, this way right here gives you the power. So like when you're going down with these, or like you're trying to pry this way, always use them like this. You know, if you're pulling this way, you can do this. If you're like pushing, you use them, you know, in this position to push, and use them in this position to pull. So I had to learn that. So just a little bit of knowledge for you guys that really don't know. And some of you guys, we've been working on cars for a long time, and some of you may not even know that. You know, just little tricks like that, man, they actually help. And especially when you're dealing with something like this, because that definitely can help you out a lot. Channel lock position is very important when you're dealing with old stuff like this. So, but yeah, guys, I just wanted to jump on here real quick, man, and make this YouTube video for you guys that, you know, have done it and may have to do it again, or the guys that just don't know, have no clue. And I just try to make YouTube videos based off of what everybody asks a lot of questions about and what their concerns are. Messing with these cars, a lot of guys give up just because of these speed sensors. So, but yeah, I just want to get on, touch base with y'all, and you know, show you guys you know, what the deal was with these as far as taking them out, you know, and dealing with them and working with them and stuff like that. So, but just wanted to thank everybody for watching this channel, taking the time to watch this channel and following us on our YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe, and we're on 4 sources. I'm on 4 sources of social media: TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. So if you guys got any questions, feel free to hit me up on any of those sources of social media. You know, some of you already message me and talk to me as it is about little stuff like this, and so you know, I don't mind helping nobody out. So feel free to private message me, you know, if you want me to show you something or you're not sure about something. I don't mind helping no one out. So so thanks guys for watching, really do appreciate it. I hope, like I said, I hope this was a lot of help to some of you guys, you know, that was just curious and wondering, you know, how to get this thing out. So now you know what to look for. So hopefully, you know, your first trial messing with one of these goes good, you know, and so hopefully your second trial goes good as well. So I've had a lot of experience with these things, and to be honest, I have rarely messed them up broken wise. You know, I've gotten lucky and gotten them out by grabbing them by where I showed you. So, but thanks guys, appreciate you for watching, and I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, and we will catch you on the next one. Everyone have a blessed night.